They call it the City of the People. Thousands of houses stretch as far as the eye can see in this resettlement for poor people in Rio Branco in Brazil's remote northwest. Last May, 25-year-old mother of two, Luziela da Silva Barros, became one of the first to move here after losing all her possessions in repeated floods.
When I arrived, I couldn't stop crying. My son asked me why I cried, and I said, "Gabriel, you have no idea what this means. We were evicted so many times before because we couldn't pay the rent. This is my greatest dream, after my children's education, to give them this dignity."
Authorities hope to settle over 10,000 families here who only need to pay for water and electricity but won't have the right to resell their houses. On the other side of town, Rosivaldo da Silva França waits to join the 800 families already living in the settlement and leave behind his rickety hut on stilts which lies in the direct path of floodwaters. With no other income to care for his wife and 5 children, he relies on a $150 monthly social grant, introduced by popular former President Luiz Lula da Silva.
Lula da Silva was poor. That is why they are fighting for us now. The Workers' Party are the only ones who care about us poor people. I will support them until the day I die, because they have done something for us.
This welfare policy pulled over 40 million people out of poverty and garnered widespread support for da Silva's ruling Workers' Party and current President Dilma Rousseff, who seeks re-election. Now, over 50 million Brazilians, a quarter of the population, receive welfare grants. As the election campaign approaches its climax, candidates Rousseff and opposition leader Aecio Neves vie to seduce this crucial part of the electorate in a runoff vote on Sunday.
They only think about the rich.
It's the end of social grants.
Do you want to give the country over to those who have always shifted the poorer side?
Critics say the grants increase dependency on the state and may fall away with the limping economy and possible change of government. But others say politicians won't give up a source of votes that cost so little.
Neither of the parties will end it for a very simple reason. It is cheap. It represents only 1.5% of the state budget and is very lucrative politically. They can't touch it.
In an attempt to woo voters, centre-right Neves has promised to continue with social programs. But he faces a tough battle against Rousseff, who already won most votes in the impoverished northeast during the first round of voting.